Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to episode 16 of Meat Pie Sausage Roll with the mighty Latics, Oldham Athletic. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you do all the good stuff. If you are brand new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. You'll never miss one of my videos. And hopefully you've not missed this one. I've missed it. I feel like I've been away for about a month. It's probably been about 5 days. Obviously, it's been Christmas. Lots of time with the family. I've been here, there, everywhere. Loads to do. The wife still worked for the majority of it, so it's not time off, is it, when you've got 2 little kids? You're still up at 6, you've got to cook the breakfast, sort them out, give them baths, entertain them. Yeah, I've not really had a chance to film, although this has took me longer than normal. I normally bash through a season, as you know, in about 3 days possibly. I've done this over the course of a few days because I've been busy. It's Christmas, but I've had a little go here, a little go there, and I've enjoyed it. Hopefully you're going to enjoy this season, which could be the last season. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I've got a little experiment I've put together, an idea that came from my friend CP, which I'm hopefully going to get out in the next day or two as well. And then in the new year, get that out of the way, because I'm going to go out and get absolutely hammered for New Year. And then I want to start doing the Road to Anywhere at some point. We'll see though. You know me, I go with the flow. But I hope you had a great Christmas. I really, really do. I got socks and I got underpants. I got some money. I might treat myself to some new trainers. If you're in America, sneakers. And I've got American viewers. I've no idea what a sneaker is. Do you sneak around when you wear them? I don't know, we call them trainers. I'm going to get myself some new trainers for my boys' night out. But yeah, season 16. Bit of an underdog season this. It could be glorious, it could be shit. I've gone from the underdog hat of a Baker Mayfield fan, if you know who he is. The Rams. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get into it. Well, here we are, and the season's about to start. In fact, I was about to play the Charity Shield at this save point against Arsenal, who we stopped doing the treble last year, remember? Bit of a recap, but we won the FA Cup. What a final! What a final, I'm sure you don't forget that. And what you may not have forgotten as well is that it cost me a fucking fortune to win that because of the stupid transfer deals I've made in the past. And we finished last season with 50 million and nothing to spend. Now you're probably thinking, holy shit balls! Where have you got 211 million from? Well, I kind of did the thing I didn't want to do. So obviously it gets into the season. We've got a great squad, good players. And looked at some of them who were unhappy. Now, I was only going to sell them if I could replace them with someone good. And obviously I didn't have the money. So I did have good scouting knowledge. So I knew there was players out there who were interested, who I could potentially afford. But before I could sign anyone, I had to sell players. So I sold a couple of players, 4 or 5 of them, right? And generated money. But then we got the Champions League money, Premier League money, season ticket money, all that good stuff. So things accumulated. I've obviously spent a lot less than I've brought in because I've gone down the youth route. I've had to. I was never going to be able to buy world-class ready-made talent like I wanted to. But I'm still happy. My first team squad's still solid, and I think the guys I've brought in are very good. But before we look at the transfers, let's check this out. Yes, we moved into our brand new stadium. It's 30,000, state of the art, it's beautiful. But it was called the Oldham Stadium. Now I did say I was going to put a vote out there, I ain't had the time, it's Christmas. It was Christmas. So I decided to change the name. Now you can change the name of any stadium and you don't have to restart a save, you don't have to do anything like that. A lot of you possibly know this because I did make a video on how to do it, and in fact I had to watch my own tutorial because I'd totally forgotten how to do it. So the stadium is now called Joe Royal Arena. He's the greatest manager. He got him in the Premier League. He's a legend at Oldham Athletic. He was my favourite out of all the names, potentially. So it's now called the Joe Royal Arena. Like I said, if you want to do this, if you move into a new stadium or you don't even like your stadium name, you do not have to use any kind of in-game editor or pre-game editor. It's a little file manipulation, which is really easy. As long as you've got Notepad, you will be able to do it. I will put a link in the description to my tutorial. It still works, obviously, because I followed it. And it did it! So where did I generate my money? Well, first we sold Simen Moen, who, from our knowledge of him being at our club, he's only a C player. He looks decent on paper. He's been here ages. He's done well for me. But I've got other players I like the young Polish lad. And Ollie is still a very good player. I got £34 million for him. Joe Goodyear, decent player. He's only 22. He's just had better players in front of him. I put him up for sale and quite a lot of decent clubs came in for him. He went to Juventus for 28 million. I sold another centre-half, Roman Walker, a guy, one of these freebies I picked up years ago. He's been with the club years and he was decent. Sometimes he played for me in midfield. He made a few balls up last year and I needed to cash in, and he had interested parties, and I got 30 odd million for him. That's not bad, is it? The big ones to come. Now, I didn't actually want to sell him because I think he's very good, right? But I had a few youngsters who I think were just as good, who I could potentially get. So I didn't put this guy up for sale. I was probably happy with them 3. It gave me enough money-ish to get what I wanted, maybe manipulate some wages, hopefully. I've sold a couple of other players. They're in the under-21s. Lads I've signed in the past, who might be 19, 20 you've never seen. I do that quite a lot. I've done it quite a lot on this series. Picked them up on a free and then sold them for 4, 5, 10 million down the line. So I did that as well. I won't bore you with them. But they offered me 100 million, close to 100 million for this lad. I couldn't say no. So first up, for a combined fee of 40 million and no FA Cup bonuses, we have LOLLUJO, 19-year-old Spanish wonder kid from Sevilla. Combined 40 mil. I'm happy with that. This lad cost me 20 million. 20 million from a team I can't pronounce. He's Ivorian, 18 years old, another wonder kid. There's millions of them. So I knew I could get him. There was other interested parties, but no one put in a bid. Do you know when you're interested and it says, oh, there's like 10 clubs interested in him? No one else bid for him. So he's my Janik, is that how we say it? The guy sold for 100 million. He's his replacement. £9 million minimum fee. Not a wonder kid. Powerful centre-back. Big laddish. Quite liked him. £9 million cheap. Even though he's not a wonder kid. Can't all be wonder kids. So I sold 2 centre-halves and I brought 2 centre-halves in, but I wasn't happy with that, and things were going to change later. And then for 23.5 million minimum fee, we bought George Garcia, a 20-year-old Colombian who's a wonder kid from Schalke. Used to play for Liverpool, to be fair. Still only 20, been around the block a bit, but again, decent. He's only a 4 start, but he's decent. He can play out on the left. I need that because the Polish lad played on the left quite a lot. He's going to move more centrally this season, and he can cover all over the front. But like I said, I wasn't happy with my centre-half, so I was going to break the mould, do something different, do something I very rarely do. But we'll find out about that later. As you can see, new managers. I think I've mentioned that. It's been quite a few days. Did I mention that? Zidane at Liverpool, Inzaghi at City, a couple of other new boys as well. We're now predicted to be 6th, so we're starting to get recognised as a top team. Even though I think, we're better than that. I truly believe we are. Now, this is what qualified for the Europa League. We're in the Champions League. Of course, I've got to play the Community Shield against Arsenal. We have great finals against Arsenal. FA Cup, Carabao Cup, all that usual stuff. We'll just see. I was just going to see. I knew I wasn't going to be able to sit there and bash it out. It was going to be in sections. And it's been Christmas time, so I've loved it, and I've probably played parts of it drunk, which I think helps me sometimes. Do you know what the biggest ball ache was? It was re-sign your staff time. And when you've got about 100 billion staff members, wow. I love my staff. When you get to this point and there's so many of them and you have to go through them all, giving them new contracts, you want to die. It is soul sucking. So I've also dished out another couple of deals, kept some big boys here. I love Fabian Wisner. What a defender, never moans. Look at him. He should be playing at Real Madrid, and he's here with me. So I'm happy. Ziga's decent. Back up, we obviously still got Penfold, the superstar. Can he win another golden boot? Possibly. But I'm not going to go through them all. You know them all. It's a young, talented side. It is a great team. It has had tons of changes over the last few years. Not a lot. And they seem to get better, but I want them to get even better, if you know what I mean. So pre-season, we had a training camp out in China, so I played some local teams, and then I wanted to test myself against 2 of the world's biggest clubs. Barcelona, we got beat, and then we played Rangers, and we beat them. And of course now it's a Community Shield time, so we're just going to jump forward to the 1st of January with another little bit of transfer news. But we'll stay here on the money page. Now, I haven't sold anyone, they've just increased that budget. They still don't give me any extra transfer revenue, which I think is quite annoying, but it is what it is. But it was coming to the end of the transfer window, September, and I just didn't feel happy that I'd lost 2 decent centre-halves and replaced them with kids. But I felt, is that really strengthen us at the back? And I very rarely do this. You know me, I like young players, I build young teams. But on the odd occasion, at similar moments, I've gone for experience. And I can think of one. I can't remember the team it was, but I'd struggled for a goalkeeper and we were just nearly getting there, nearly getting over that line. And Anderson, I think it was, had been released by Liverpool, or he was up for sale for like 5 million, and I signed him, and it was like I got his last good year, and he just brought that quality and experience to the back in my goal, and we won the league, right? I'm not going to say that's going to happen with this, but this player became available. He was out there with me scouts. He's transfer listed. He was 35 years old, but I thought he's very good, right? I got him for 10 million, bit less. Was it 11 million altogether? I can't remember. I'm not going to look. But I think he's still good, and I think for one season, maybe he can come in at the back, strengthen us, organise, build from him. Do you know what I mean? He's either going to be a disaster, because I very rarely do it, or it could be absolutely life-changing for Oldham Athletic. We got my man, who's like one of the best young players on the game. Well, ain't young anymore. It's 2038, and he's 35 years old, 167 caps. He's been at Manchester United for like 12 years, which is absolutely insane. He's still a 4-star player. He's elite still at 35 years old. He can play at left back, and he does play at both, mainly centre half. I just think that age and experience, I couldn't resist it. And when I said doesn't Arsenal have great cup finals, we put on another one. We had another show at Wembley. What a live com this would have made. Look at it. Look at it. Because see, Benham still, he's a class player. Colley's had to play because Martinovic just keeps getting injured. I'm getting a bit worried about him. Obviously the pole. Well, look at him there. Hat-trick. Hey, who needs Simen Moen? Great midfield, great defence. Although obviously at this time we didn't have the new boy. Wonderkid goalkeeper who's becoming very good. So I was excited, especially because Arsenal probably should have beat us. Look at the stats. Another trophy though. Because in the Premier League, on the 1st of January, we were top, and we weren't top by a point. I was top by 8 points. I've only drawn one. I'd lost 3. I'd won 17. Penfold, top there. Best player. My right back apparently was the best assist maker at this time. Look at that. Look where Manchester City are, by the way. Just soak that in. And look at it. Look at them first 3 games. I'm thinking, what? Is this real? Is this happening? Oh my God. And then when I finally get beat, I get beat off Forest. We beat City. We did well. This though, I can't remember if I was on the Bucks Fizz, I think. I'm not blaming the booze. This was a shocker. Can't explain it. But we bounced back with victories. We drew with Liverpool, which is not that shabby. Batter Leeds and then get beat 3-0 of Sunderland. Why? I can't explain it, but then look at this. Look at this. Beat United, beat Chelsea, beat Borough, beat Brighton, beat West Ham, beat Newcastle, beat Bournemouth 6-1. What a run. Not in the Carabao. I did B-team it. QPR Stoke. I even B-team Chelsea. I'm sure I B-team Chelsea. I did. And we got beat 2-1. Nothing to be ashamed of. Because we've got bigger fish to fry, as they always say. The Champions League. I've still got 2 games to play at this point. I've got Rangers to play in Copenhagen. But we started well. Shakhtar beat Inter, which is fantastic. Drew with Barcelona, which is brilliant. Dominated Sociedad. Villarreal. Got beat off Bayern Munich. And of course, it's a new league phase, so... Again, not about winning the group, but look at Aston Villa. Why have they become good the last few years, haven't they? It's just about staying in that top 8 so you can bypass around. This is a squad. By the 1st of Jan, the rough halfway point. It's arranged by average rated. And we've got tons of players performing, rotated as much as I can. Certain games, even in the league, mainly in the cups, weaker sides and so on. But got a good side here. Josko, is that how you say his name? I can't say it. Gvardiol. The face mask guy in here from the World Cup. Brilliant. He's come in and I think, has he made a difference? Well, maybe. The rest of the team's got older and better. And a lot of them have been playing together now. From being young lads, and they're still young lads, over 4 or 5 years. They would know each other inside and out. And I think it's paying dividends now. And just bringing that little bit of experience to the back, I think it's massively, massively helped. So, really, really happy. Goals-wise, of course, Penfold. Sebastian playing behind him, scoring a lot of goals. Marcus has done his job when he's played. Now I've sold off so many young players I've brought in to sell on, and other good young players that we've brought through ourselves, especially this summer. So quite a few really when I had a look then. But it doesn't matter, even if it's not for a lot of money, it's all about the profit. So I did sign up everyone in this youth intake, even though it wasn't great. But it's the 1st of April. How do you think we're doing? Have we hung on to the top of the league? Are we still in Champions League? Well, in the Prem, yes, we are top. We are top of the league. So top of the league. Penfold, look at him. On paper, he looks good. I reckon it's my system, I'll be honest with you. But Liverpool catching us up, but we've got distance. It's looking like us and Liverpool in a title race. How insane is that. It's crazy, wasn't it? It is crazy. So we started off the new year playing Manchester City. We drew 3-3. Great game, to be fair. We salvaged it when I thought we'd lost it, but we didn't. And then went on another great unbeaten run. Drew with Newcastle. Some great victories. Lots of goals, as you can see. Got beat off Chelsea, which is a bit disappointing, but here's what it is. I've just drawn with Brighton at this save point. Lots of games left to play. Not in the FA Cup, though. We're not going to retain our trophy. No, I did B-team it all the way up to Wolves. And I just thought, quarterfinals, let's go for this. And we just got beat. But, you know, games start coming thick and fast, don't they? Especially when you're in the Champions League as well and other stuff. But it is what it is. Here we are. So, finished off those last two games. We beat Rangers 3-1. Copenhagen, a B team that I'm pretty sure I did. And took a gamble. We got in the top 8, as you can see. So you bypass around, don't you? Go into the last 16. Leeds United, let side down there. Look at Leeds. I didn't even notice they were in the Champions League last year. And of course, we got Chelsea. Who beat me in the league. So very impressed with this. 2-2 at their place. Came back to the Joe Royal Arena. Beat them 2-0. And now I've got Barcelona, who had played earlier, away and drew 2-2, so I felt confident we could get something. Now, we're not going to go through every little detail. This is a quick look at the squad. I've actually arranged it by goals just to highlight Penfold. What is wrong with him? He's all right, but yeah, he's done really well. I'm buzzing with Sebastian, who's come in full-time behind him. And a lot of the other guys, obviously Kelvin Benham, great player, who's injured at this moment in time. But I have rotated quite a bit. We used a good chunk of lads, and at times he's played out of this world, and then the odd time, and that's the thing. The balance has shifted. There used to be a time where it was like we could have these moments, but 75% of the time we're average or shit. And then it felt like 50-50 for a bit, and we've been edging to 60. Now I feel like, you know, we'll have a random game like West Ham or a Sunderland where we get beat. But then we can dominate teams and win, beating United's, beating big teams, random teams, normal average size in the Premier League, beating them by 5 goals and so on. So, yeah, I just love the development, the growth in this young side of mine. And yeah, if we don't do something special this season, I'd be devastated. Now, I will say, my new chairman says no a lot. Won't let me have a winter training camp. Won't improve the facilities. Won't let me have a new affiliate. He's a bit of a cunt, I'll be honest with you. Quite shady with his money. Kai Hodgson. Wanker. Don't tell him I said that, though. Right then, let's jump forward to the end and see if there's any glory or heartache. Well, let's just start with the Champions League. And we, yeah, it wasn't 2-2 this time. We got absolutely battered. Really disappointed because I think it's a great side. You know, Garcia out left. He's a young kid, but he's a good player. Disappointed. I can't lie, we needed a miracle. And when we brought him back to the Joe Royal Arena, I mean, we defended pretty well. It was a pretty even game. We couldn't get a goal, and we needed lots of goals. So we're out in the quarterfinal of the Champions League. Now, one thing we are not out of is the title race. Now, it got a bit weird because we had games to catch up on for some reason. And at one point, Liverpool, we were like 3 games in hand on Liverpool. Now, we haven't officially won the league because at first glance, you look at that table and you think, well, Liverpool got 1 game left to play. They can only get 78 points. You're already on 79 points. You got 2 games left. Just look one down. Everton, they've got 2 games left to play. If I lose my last 2 games, right? I mean, the goal difference is good. So basically, if I draw 1 and lose 1 and get 80 points, could still win, right? Everton have to win their last 2 games. So it's not Liverpool we're now in the title race with. It's Everton. How mad is that? Eh? So we're going to have a double live come here. We're going to play Manchester United at home. Now, weirdly and all, I thought all the games would be on the last game of the season. They're not. So we've got to play on the Tuesday. Then Everton will play. That'll be a big game. So we could win the league then. We'll see. And then we play Everton. In the next live com, that could be a title decider. How fucking amazing is this game? How it just brings you them little stories sometimes. Right then, so we could actually win the title here. Obviously, if we win this game, Everton can't catch us. If United beat us at the Joe Royal Arena, then it's game on. So it could be exciting, it could be not. We'll see. All right, we don't know. I've had to make I've got issues, players fitness wise, form wise. Penfold's having to play on the right because I've got no one else. We've got a youngster at left back. We'll see. So we could win the league here. So I'm going to try and do this one quick. I'll just jump in at key moments. Hopefully, I'll try not to talk too much. But this could be the big one. We don't know. United is still a very good team. They're trying to get in that top 4, aren't they? Ooh, Mikov. He wants to leave. Mikov wants to play more. Fair play. But yeah, I've had a fantastic Christmas. It was great. The kids absolutely loved it. Everyone came to our house this year. We don't normally do that, which was quite nice. because my nephew now is 12, 13. He got the same laptop as me, but he saved up his money. He got the bigger version. He got double the memory, double the RAM, and the better graphics card. Little shit. He basically said, "What have you got?" I give him all the details, and then he ordered it better than me on everything. But fair play to him, he's really getting into his PC gaming, and he was thinking about getting a gaming PC, and I just said to him, he likes to move around like me. Ooh. So why not just get a laptop? Because they are mint these days, absolutely mega. I mean, he's downloaded some top-end games, and the graphics are insane, you know, like real top-end graphical games. No issues. Mine's the same, mine can handle that. I mean, his graphics card's just a step more than me, but it is what it is. Right, oh, I mean, United have started well here. I'm not trying to lose for the drama. I mean, if we draw, we're on 80, aren't we? Oh, God, this could be so much fun. Right, here we go. Garcia, on the yellow, trying to find Zieg. There we go, Marcus. At this moment in time, we're champions of England. But yeah, I've got a little experiment. It's a World Cup experiment, actually, but it's a good one. His CP had a great idea. He saw a post on social media and sent it me, and I thought, I could make a video out of that. It could be quite fun. It probably took me longer to do the graph for it than anything else. Hopefully they'll check that out. I might have another one from Lad Bible that Limo sent me. Talking to Limo, have you checked out our podcast yet? Even if you just watch it for a minute, please head on over to the Offbeat. There'll be a link to the video down below in the description. Just go and watch it for a minute. Let's give it some support. Let's give it a boost. Thank you very much. Feel free to subscribe to Luke's podcast channel, the Offbeat Podcast. Although someone else has brought a podcast out called the Offbeat. So when you search for it, you've got to go down a bit now, which is quite annoying for Luke. Here we go, Sebastian. Get in. But I'm not genuinely, do you know what? It is what it is. You can't predict anything. You can't force anything. You just got to play the game. And what a season. If we end this season as champions, it's so well deserved, I think. We've been very good. And now it's game on. Samba fall. So it's half time here at the Joe Royal Arena. We've definitely been the better side. It's 2-1. I like this a lot. So there was nearly one issue signing Josko because he's at United. There is a rivalry between Oldham and Manchester United. It goes back a very long time because they're local teams and they are classed as rivals. So I didn't even think about that. And because I bought do you remember Daka? I got him for 5 million from United and they didn't say a thing. They didn't say anything. But that was a different owner. He didn't even... I bought him. But when I went for him, they tried to put a stop on it and said, no, we don't want you to sign a player from our arch rivals. Oh, game on. Here we go. So I made 3 changes. New centre-half, George Ezra has come on. Collins come on the right. Rest Penfold, because at the minute we might need him in the big, massive Everton game. Kelvin's come on. He's been struggling with a bit of fitness. I'll do that. Why not? Give him a few minutes. Hopefully he can get fresh for what could be now a massive game. Free kick, Salamain to take it. Come on, kiddo. Top bins. You could win the title here. You could win as a title with a stunning free kick. Oh, hit the... Oh! Well. If Everton can win their game, we're going to go into a final decider against Everton. I didn't think it'd be them. So let's do this together. Everton are at home to Brighton. They need to win. Can they win? Let's find out. 4-1. There we go. Welcome back to the Joe Royal Arena, which is a bit bigger than Boundary was. It don't look much different. It's a bit disappointing, the graphic of it. But anyway, Martinovic is back. Kelvin on the left still can't play, still not 100% fit. There's a few other little issues in there. My star right back is injured. Sebastian, the pole, is suspended. So, you know, a couple of changes. Like I said, what we're going to have to lose here, about 18-0. It's probably not going to happen. So anyway, here we are. And, you know, come on. Champs. I feel a bit... I'm happy because it's been 16 years of graft from non-league to champions, right? I've built a team of youngsters. Some of them I've got cheap. Oh, some of them, you know, I've paid for. But it's been good that like the major core of them over the last few years, they've stuck together and they're such a good team. They can play really well at times. And I've been really proud of them. So the league don't lie. It's a great achievement. I just feel a bit deflated. I wish Everton had a better goal difference, or you know, if United had nicked it, a bit more interesting. But like I always say with this, you can't force anything. There's been times when, you know, you want a final to be super exciting and it's flat and you win 1-0 and it's a bore fest, or you lose a final or whatever. But it's still good. So we're going out on the Friday. So can't wait. We've had some good nights out this year. We've had 3 or 4. We don't do many, but when we do these days, it's quality. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm only going around our hometown of Denton, which will be good because you always bump into old faces you've not seen for years. So I might go down Manchester, but you know, you're just with yourself and you might see someone you know. But when you go around Denton, it's good. You'll bump into faces. My wife's going out with a couple of her mates, so I'll probably bump into her later. Kids are at my mum, so yeah, I can't wait. I think I might do another one of these. You know what I mean? Can we retain our title? Can we do something in Europe? That'd be good. I don't know. I think I will. I think 17 could possibly be the last. Anyway, it's half time. Everton have got 45 minutes to score about 18 goals. But get on that bloody podcast, people. Check the description. Watch it for a minute. We're going to be doing another one in a couple of months. This time, though, Greeno. You know Greeno? Of course you know Greeno. And famous Greeno. He should be flying up from Swindon. He's going to come and meet us and we're going to film it live. So we're just going to chat. We're going to chat about football manager. We'll talk about Star Wars, Marvel. Just take the piss. I didn't think I put him on. I'm sure I didn't. I put him on the bench. You know when I definitely switched him. I've not switched him, have I? He's definitely playing. Anyway, who cares? I was convinced. Oh no! Everton are winning. You need another 17 though, Everton. Shit, why have we gone shit, by the way? I'll tell you one little weakness we've had over the last 2 games is Wisner, who I've just brought off for Reyes because he's not been 100%, but he's so good. I've kind of forced him to play. But it is what it is. I mean, have we just... Jesus Christ! Right, here's Garcia. Can we at least get a goal, please? He's took on his man. He's cut it across. No one could get onto it. Everton clear it with ease. But we're putting on that pressure. Here he is, the old boy. Oh, hey! Oh, referee don't like it. Totally poo. Right, come on. Can we at least score 1? Can we score 1? Yay! Marcus, you're not taking that one off him, are you? Hey? You're not, are you? Have you seen that then? Several Oldham Athletic fans are scrambling back. The ones that left early. None of them would have left early because in reality they know Everton needed to score 20-odd goals to win. That hasn't happened. You would not have left early when your team's this close to this, would you? Hey? Finally, for fuck's sake, here we go. Premier League champions. Proud as punch, even though you have been a bit flat towards the end of the season. The stadium looks a bit better. It's 3-tiered, isn't it? It could have been a lot better, couldn't it? But anyway, we are the champions of England. So I've now jumped forward to the 1st of June, and there it is. Champions of the Premier League. Check that out. Everton 2nd, Liverpool 3rd, Arsenal 4th, United 5th, City in 11th. Wow! Of course, we won the Community Shield, and apparently we did the double. Hey, all the game does this. But Liverpool beat Arsenal in extra time to win the Carabao. They also beat United. Fair play, Liverpool. Fucking hell. 2-0 in the FA Cup. It feels like a lifetime ago. We are so above this competition now, but I'm still very proud we've won it. Nantes beat Everton. Fuck yeah, Everton. This is awesome. I just think that is one of the best things I've seen. And Real Madrid, beat Juventus in the final. So yeah, one more season. I think let's have a shot at this. Why not? I've got a great squad. I've got a ton of money still. I've got money to spend. I don't really think I need to spend too much. Maybe a player or 2. We'll see. Maybe a player go out, bring some more money in. I don't know. I'm excited. But it will be the final season of Meat Pie Sausage Roll. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. And you'll enjoy that. And I can't speak all of a sudden. What is wrong with me? So there we go. 2 live comms. No win. But we did it. We scraped it. We're champions. Hope you enjoyed it. You guys who are watching this right now have been with me now for 16 seasons. You've been there from highs and lows. And we've had a few lows, we've had a few scrapes, but I think this is well earned and it's a great achievement for this club. I feel very proud to have done it, so I'm really chuffed. So, like I said, one more season, we'll have a go at retaining it and seeing if we can do any better in the Champions League. But as always, thank you for your support, thank you for your view, thank you for your thumbs up, comments, watching an advert, patrons. Really appreciate it. If you are new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you all hit that bell. Keep your eyes out because I've got a couple of experiments coming. There will be an episode of this, and of course, the Road to Anywhere will be starting soonish. So yeah, I hope you had a great Christmas. I hope you have a great New Year as well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're safe. Champions, champions, ole, ole, ole. Champions, champions, ole, ole, ole. See you later.